Hey everyone, welcome back to Hit Wicket. In today's video, we will be doing a preview for Team Australia for the upcoming Champions Trophy. Obviously, most of the teams, well, all the teams have released their squads except Pakistan, so we'll be going through each team one by one. So starting off with Australia, obviously they've won the competition twice already, and they are sort of serial winners of competitions. And the team is not too dissimilar to the one that won in the 2023 World Cup. But yeah, looking at their squad, I guess what are we thinking for their XI at the moment? I mean, it's pretty substandard, I would say.
Yeah, I think
Excluding obviously the big one being Warner not there anymore, but other than
yeah.
him, it's pretty similar.
I think if we start with the top three, it'll probably be starting off with Head,
Yeah.
Short, and most probably Mitch Marsh,
Yeah.
and then leading into the middle order, probably looking at either Labuschagne or Inglis at that number 4 position. Smith at number 4, and then Labuschagne Smith at probably Labuschagne and Inglis probably at that number 5 position.
Yeah.
And then number 6 going into Maxwell. What do you think about the bowlers that go?
Yeah, obviously, I believe the keeper will be Carey, regardless if Inglis is playing or not.
Yeah.
I'd say Carey is now the number one option because he's been really good in limited overs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 4 bowlers, well, it's the same 4 bowlers that have been for Australia for the last 10 years. So, Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins, Zampa. But I would also say, don't discredit Ellis from getting a game here and there because Hazelwood's coming off an injury. Cummins is also coming off injury. Stark is pretty worn down from that Australian. That summer did take a lot out of the bowlers. Yeah, I think Ellis could get a game here and there. Don't be surprised if he does. So yeah, that'd be our XI.
Who do you think will be the leading run scorer for Australia?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're both going to agree on this and say Travis Head. It's pretty obvious. I mean, it'd be a shock if he doesn't. I know India's not in their group and he has something to mingle with India always, but I think regardless, I think he'll get a big 100 in there somewhere. And he's the most informed, you'd say, out of all those players. So
yeah, certainly. I think in terms of leading wicket taker, I think I'll probably go with Zampa. He tends to always get a bag usually.
Been a consistent performer for Australia for a number of years now.
Yeah, actually. He has.
Even in World Cups.
Yeah, so who do you think? Who is your unique player or your surprise player that will go well?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing with Australia is they're pretty settled. They don't really have any shock. If Sam Constance was there, I would have probably put him. But I'll go with. Okay, this isn't. I don't know if this is a shock or not, but I'll say Steve Smith in that. I think it might be a shock if he does really well because people aren't expecting him to. In the moment that he is in his career right now, he's on the downhill. I know he did really well against India, but ODI cricket also he's been on the downhill a little bit. But I think the way we saw him against India, the way we saw in the Big Bash, how he transferred format so nicely, I think he has something to prove out there. And I think, as he likes to say, I think he's found his hands. So I think he may have a big Champions Trophy. He might have a lot to say about those slow, low conditions. He's usually good in those. So I have a feeling he might be I know it's a weird surprise package pick, but I'm going to go with Steve Smith.
For myself, I'm going to go with Short. I think he's been a pretty good touch. I know he was coming back off injury, and then I saw his BBL, one of his innings where he got 100, and he was just smaking them to all parts. I think he's a bit overdue as well. He hasn't really dominated international level. No. I think he's got some, he had that big 100 in BBL that was obviously going to give him a lot of confidence after his injury.
Yeah.
So, and he's pretty explosive. So I think he might actually go decent.
And last thing is, where do you think that Australia will finish up in the whole competition?
I mean, for me, I think I'll probably go that they'll be winners because they just win so many ICC. They've won so many ICC trophies throughout history. So I never write an Australian team off, and I'll probably just go with them as being the winners of the comp.
Yeah. I think they'll get to the final. They'll definitely get out of I think they'll get out the group stage. But saying that, they do have a tough group. There's no weak teams there. England, South Africa, Afghanistan beat them literally in the 2020. So you can't take any of those teams lightly. So I think that's our first review done. Join us for our next one.